Not too shabby. All right, Heather is still just getting ready. She'll be along in a couple of minutes, but I thought I would take this opportunity to share an adult-type party beverage with you folks. Now, last week we discussed the possibility of a chocolate martini. Well, I did a look for some chocolate martini recipes, and they all contained an ingredient that I didn't have. It varied from recipe to recipe, but they all had one ingredient that we don't have at the house. So I tried fudging it, and it didn't turn out well. But here's something I came up with that ain't too shabby.
They should come up with a name for it.
I've already got an idea.
Okay.
Okay, this is Godiva chocolate liqueur, Marula fruit liqueur, and coconut milk. So what I did was, I took a little splash of the Godiva chocolate liqueur, I took a similar size splash of the Amarula liqueur, and then topped it up with coconut milk. And you get a nice sort of mudslidey sort of looking beverage. And it's coconut and chocolate and marula fruit. Now, if you're not familiar with Amarula, then allow me to explain it to you. It's based on a little known fruit from Africa that is very popular with the elephants, and it ferments on the tree, and animals come from miles around to get drunk off it. And if you've ever seen a drunken giraffe, it's hilarious. There's good footage in the Mystery Science Theater 3000 movie, Overdrawn at the Memory Bank, starring the late great Raul Julia. Real nature footage of drunken animals getting drunk off this stuff. Well, not this stuff, but the fruit. Anyway, this tastes like peaches and cream with a bit of chocolate thrown in and a tiny hint of citrus. So it's quite nice, and it mixes well with lots of stuff. So that's that. Godiva chocolate liqueur, Marula fruit liqueur, and some coconut milk. I'm thinking of calling it the chocolate elephant. All right, I'm going to put this away, and later on we'll cover the other cocktail that I've got the other ingredients for. But in the meantime, how are things? Everyone okay? I know a lot of people have been complaining about the weather in their... and here she is now. The lady has entered.
Oh, I was getting frustrated. I'm sort of a perfectionist with my makeup. And, sorry, I gotta get rid of this notification. Oh, cancel. Okay, there we go. I had like this thing covering up the screen. Hi everybody, sorry I was late. It was a makeup issue. I've been playing around with this Natasha Denona Triochrome Palette that I got. And, you know, I was trying to get this Scarab color to look really, really, really bright. Because the liquid version of the Scarab is so much brighter. So I figured I'd just go ahead and swatch them here instead of hogging it all in there for myself. I already know what these look like, so I figured I would at least share this part with you. But I was struggling because I was trying to build it. And no matter how much I tried to build this powder version, I could not get it to be as bright as I wanted it to be. So I will actually swatch these and then I will put this liquid one on while Nigel continues to riff a little bit. But I wanted to show you this because this color is awesome. This is like one of my favorite new toys, and oh my gosh, I have a bruise on my hand. Well, we'll just cover it up with eyeshadow. So this is, and I'm gonna put it on kind of chunky so you can see some texture to it. This is what Scarab looks like in the liquid version. It's freaking rad. It's so rad. Is that coming across on the monitor?
Oh yes, very much
It's
so. It's going rainbow and buprested.
It's just so cool. Okay, so it's like over here by my ugly bruise, we it matches. We have like this like forest green, like a mossy green almost, and then it kind of switches into gold, and at the very end, it's almost like a orange color. So cool. But here's what this version looks like, the powdered version in the Triochrome palette. Okay, and I'm gonna sort of smush it in there so I can get it as saturated as I can possibly get it. So I'm really pressing on this puppy. So it's almost the exact same color. I would say this is a little bit more blue. The powder version is a little bit more blue than the liquid version. It definitely isn't as intense though. See how liquid that looks? And this dries really well. I put it on really thick, so it'd probably take a little while longer, but I want to put some of that on because it's just so freaking foiled looking. The thing is though, and I want to mention this part too. Oh no, I forgot my, oh, here we are. Ugh. I always have some at my workstation because I will end up getting this all over my clothing. So these are just Neutrogena wipe off towelettes. So I've got the powder version of this on right now, and I want to put the liquid on. And because this is a liquid that, you know, is not necessarily buildable, obviously, I want to be really careful about how I'm putting it on. So I'm probably going to lay it down with this Smith 253 brush. It's just an arrowhead concealer brush. It comes with like a doe foot applicator. Just, I'm not that confident with it. So Nigel, I'm going to let you take over some of the talking while I apply because I cannot walk and chew gum at the same time. I'll end up making a mess. And this will be very difficult to clean up if I make a mess. I'm just kind of going to sort of do this.
Kelly says who makes this eyeshadow?
This is Natasha Denona.
Natasha Denona.
The liquid version is called, I mean, they're both called Scarab. The color is called Scarab. But these are the chromium liquid eyeshadows. And I believe I got all this at Beautylish.
And yes, Lori, scarabs are, June bugs are in the scarab family. So yeah, I find it amazing how beautiful insects can be with their iridescent and polychromatic shells and wings and all that sort of thing. People don't give them enough credit for their beauty. And every time Heather shows off one of these multichromatic eyeshadows to me, I always think of buprested beetles or chrysomelid beetles, which are kind of cute, and their colors change as you look at them from different angles. Just love those. But fantastic stuff. Yeah, we seem to have gotten a few new people in. How many people have we got from Australia? Sound off. I know there's at least one in there.
You're very good at this. I'm so stoked to see how progressively like comfortable he's getting with the camera. One of us.
Helps.
One of us.
No, I'm kidding. I haven't drunk much today. And
what is that?
This is the chocolate elephant.
Oh yeah.
It's the Godiva, the Amarula, and the coconut milk. How's yours? Is that all right?
Oh, it's lovely.
All right, we'll give the recipe for yours a bit later.
I'm just trying to let this dry a little bit. I'm going to put a second coat on, but see how much more vibrant that is? The other thing is, this is so opaque, you can almost fake a cut crease with it without having to lay any kind of like concealer or primer down on top of it. So that's pretty rad. You can see I put it at an angle too. I have really round eyes, so I kind of made it go like that as opposed to just straight up and down. That also helps with the blending a little bit, helps kind of mold into the contour of your eye a little bit better.
Oh, we've got someone from Norway. Hello, Toril.
Hello!
That's new. Hello, Diane. You just joined us. Got Spokane, North Alabama, New York.
I'm gonna put a second coat of this on.
Heather's drink matches her eyeshadow.
I love green, all shades of green on my eye because I have green eyes. So I love that green eyeshadows are fashionable again.
Joplin, Missouri. Hello, Cindy. Cindy loves your eyes, by the way.
Oh, fabulous. Thank you so much. Natasha Denona, and this is the, look at that. Oh my gosh.
South Florida, Texas, another from Texas. We got the ATX Brit and Texas, another one from Texas, Mrs. T 20001. Mesa, Arizona, North Carolina, says Lori, you look fabulous.
Look at that. Look
Motown,
at how much brighter that is.
Gail from Ohio. We could use some beautiful green wigs.
Haha! I'm actually trying to make a teal. Like I want to create like a moon kitty teal because our mascot has a teal wig. I would love something that's got like maybe like aqua or like sage even, or like mint or some kind of pastel highlight in it. I think would be really cool, and that would look a lot like what our moon kitty logo looks like.
Struth, we got a Sheila from Melbourne.
Oh, speaking of Sheila's, if that's Sheila, I don't know if that's Sheila. No, Sheila is from Canada. Sheila, one of my patrons, sent this to me a while back, and I figured it matched the theme and the outfit, so I wanted to say hello to her and thank you for that.
Speaking of people who have sent us things, Erin says hi from Hawaii, and we're going to address you personally very soon, Erin.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
This is one of those nice surprises that I mentioned earlier.
Yes, I swear, we have some of the nicest people in the universe in our audience.
Yes.
And so, today is kind of an homage to that a bit. All right, I'm waiting for this to dry a little bit, and I'm just kind of taking the opportunity to blend this with my finger by just tapping, because I don't want to redo the rest of this. And hopefully I don't mess it up on the other eye. That is like really the challenge, isn't it? All right, I think that is more or less dry at this point. I'm probably gonna put some setting spray on it though, just in case, but I'll wait till I'm done with the other side. Whew.
Anne says only from cold, wet Conyers, Georgia. Yeah, it's not exactly warm and kind of damp here as well. All the birds are just sort of sitting under the bird feeder, not really eating. They just want to get out of the drizzle for a bit.
Oh, this was the other part I wanted to talk about with this liquid. The one drawback, and it's a significant drawback to the liquids, is that foiled texture, because it will make every little line in your eye look more obvious than the powdered version. I'm okay with that. I just don't put it all over my eye. So that's the one thing that's really important. Kind of strategically place it a little bit, so that way if you have a lot of lines, you're not emphasizing them. If nowhere else, you can put it sometimes just right in the corner here, just to get that little pop, or you can put it on the outsides. Just depends on where you want to draw emphasis, because remember, this is shiny, and see how you can see those fine lines a little bit. And they're definitely more obvious than on the powdered version of this color, but I don't care. I love it anyway.
Ugh. Dory says we got a foot of snow. It's in the teens, almost below zero with winds. Ugh.
Oh no! Oh, I'll take Georgia.
Well, I'll say this. I think it was like our next to last winter in Ohio before my family moved back to England in 2000. So it was like 1999, that sort of winter. It got down to minus 25. And with wind chill, we're talking minus 40. Now, the only reason I like minus 40, I hate it as a temperature to be in, but as a talking point, it's great, because that's where centigrade and Fahrenheit meet. Minus 40 is minus 40, and everyone knows that is. It's bloody cold.
Honey, you are such a nerd, and I love it. I absolutely love it.
I know how to do the conversion between Fahrenheit and centigrade. Oh, yes. 9/5 C plus 32. Wait a minute. Is it 5/9?
Oh, gosh.
One of them is 5/9, and one of them is 9/5, and one is plus 32, and one is minus 32. Ah, well.
Are you grading your own math homework now?
Probably.
Because that's sort of what this conversation with yourself sounds like right now.
I question my memory on a daily basis.
Oh, goodness.
No, Allie says it's starting to warm up already in Arizona. Oh, boy.
We have tree frogs again.
Yes, we heard the frogs singing in the swamp.
It's only February.
Yeah. Nerds unite, entomology and meteorology and wigs. Yes, May, absolutely.
You can always trust an English person for the weather. Some cliches are true.
So what do you think about these bold colors on women 50 plus? I just read an article that said after 50, bolds, metallics, and shimmers need to go.
Oh no, I think that's an oversimplification. I think you can wear whatever the heck you want. Just know how to use it best, right? Like, I'm not gonna put this all over my eye because I have way more fine lines over here in this region than I do over here. So I don't mind having that flash be there because it's not quite as you know, it's not drawing attention to anything negative. In fact, it's kind of distracting from the crow's feet a little bit. So you want to be strategic. That's really all there is to it. It's just the techniques you used when you were 20 will not work for you after like 35. Because, you know, your skin starts to dry out and then it's just like a struggle just to stay hydrated, let alone, you know, keep everything nice and smooth. So, you know, and by the way, no shame here ever. If any of you ever decide you want to get fillers or any of that stuff, I've had a little bit of that. Like, you do whatever you feel like makes you feel like you know? But make sure it's for you, right? Because then you'll be happy with it. And it's your body. You should be happy with it. Sorry if I'm ranting. I don't mean to go across that way.
That's okay. Well, Darlene says it's been 40 centigrade in Melbourne. That's like going over 100 degrees.
Wow.
Well, it's the summer down there.
That's still very, very hot.
Yeah. And Darlene says tree frogs. Yes, Darlene, we have tree frogs. And they're absolutely adorable. They range in size from about my thumbnail to about the length of my thumb. And during the summer, when we're eating in the dining room, the light attracts the insects, and the insects attract the tree frogs. And last summer we had, I think, 7 on our back window at the same time, all eating bugs, and they were adorable. But yeah, we get lots of tree frogs, and we go outside, and in the swamp, a little ways from our house, we can hear them singing. It's fantastic. All kinds of different songs going on, so there must be about 2 or 3 species at least. Darling, yeah, some of them are green, some of them are mottled brown. But yeah, we've heard all kinds of stuff. There was a species of toad we heard after a rainstorm. I can't remember what it was called, but it's got a distinctive screaming kind of cry. Looked it up, it's adorable. Sounds much cuter than cockroaches. Most things are cuter than cockroaches.
Oh, and this purple color is the kinetic color from this Triochrome palette. It is a purple color.
Sonoran toads.
Oh, crud. Accidents happen.
Sonoran desert toad, Bufo alvarius. Oh, they're kind of cute.
Wait, what do they look like?
They look like that. They're like little gray.
Oh, they're chunky little things.
They are chunky.
They're like potato frogs. That's cute.
With Kermit the Frog pupils.
Oh, frogs are fun. I've always been a fan.
They just discovered the smallest chameleon in the world recently. Yeah, I remember that. Madagascar. They showed a picture of it on a fingertip, and the fingertip is a lot bigger than the chameleon. They're friggin' adorable. What color is the nail polish, though?
Ah, I put that on my Instagram.
Ah.
So I can't remember off the top of my head. It's 3 colors. It's like a generic matte black from Amazon with like this galaxy stuff. And then I put my Izzy Wizzy Let's Get Fizzy, which is like one of my favorite colors ever. It's a gelish color. It's like a really sheer coat that like has a duochrome glitter in it that shifts from like purple to blue. It's super cute. I put it on top of a lot of stuff. Okay, I'm just kind of waiting for this to dry now.
Darlene says you could bottle that laugh and sell it.
Thank you. I have entirely too much fun with my makeup. I love playing around with colors. I don't even mind if I look slightly clownish sometimes. I just have fun with the bright colors. Let's see. Boop, boop, boop. Sorry if I'm blocking your view right now.
It's alright, there's not much to look at except me and my messed up hair.
And your handsome gloriousness. Ooh, we got a thing. We got this thing.
Thing.
I
Osbach.
ordered these from some store. I don't even remember at this point.
European deli.
That's it, European Deli. So shout out to European Deli. Hey.
Yeah.
But I love these things. I get them every Christmas, and you know what? I'm super happy because I gained some weight over the holidays because I started eating carbs again. And I managed to lose it all. Oh, by the way, I didn't tell them. I'm working out like 4 days a week now. That's been my New Year's resolution. And I swear we're going to get to the wigs here in a couple minutes. But my New Year's resolution was to work out more. And plus I wanted to finally go to physical therapy for my, my lower extremities. Like I need to make a video about that and an update for like my VSG vlog once I can actually like post to my YouTube channel again. We'll see. But I screwed up my feet and my knees and my hips really, really, really bad by being a chonky kid that grew into a chonky adult and stayed that way for a while. You know, I always try to be pretty active. And so my cardiovascular health is dynamite, but unfortunately that did a real number on my knees and my ankles, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm finally going to physical therapy for that, but it's poop. Like, it's like I basically had to learn how to walk again. And I don't like working out. So working out 4 days a week, not my favorite. Like, I do feel better. But man, delayed onset soreness, DOMS, like I don't find that to be terribly enjoyable. But I know my body is probably appreciative of it because I have tracking issues, I guess is what they say, with like my knee. So like I have arthritis in my knees, my ankles, my feet, and I'm only 40. So that's from being bigger.
It's okay. My arthritis started kicking in when I was 33.
Yeah, but yours is a different kind.
True.
Yeah, he's got rheumatoid arthritis. Mine's like osteo, yeah. So yeah, I'm in physio for that, but I feel really stoked because I lost weight. I got back down to the weight I was before Christmas. So I think it's just a combination of not eating all that delicious cookie stuff. But I mean, I'm screwing it up because I've got these things now that I had from Christmas and I ate them all and I ordered more. But I did lose weight, so whatever. I'm gonna have one anyway.
Angela, does CysterWigs have a showroom in Athens with ability to try on wigs? No, I'm afraid
No.
we do not have a storefront for that kind of thing.
Someday I would really like to, though, honestly, like in a world post these challenging times, as they say. I think that I would absolutely love that. I would love to actually like hang out with people and just talk hair and sell hair and then play with hair while you sell it. Like, that sounds pretty cool. Like a party.
AW says, and you go, Heather, for prioritizing your health. It's never too late to start, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. I need to hear that once in a while because it's not my favorite thing. Physical therapy is not my favorite thing. And this is like the 4th or 5th time I've gone through it. It's like my body just doesn't want to take to the therapy, so I'm probably going to be in it indefinitely at this point. Meh. Oh man, those are sweet.
Angela says, indeed, hair party talk at the Grit.
Oh, the Grit!
Oh, love the Grit. Love the Grit. Good vegetarian, vegan food
oh,
there
man,
at the Grit.
Golden Bowl. Forever. Forever, the Golden Bowl.
Amelia says, what are those things? These are Asbach chocolate liqueur bottles.
I think they're the only like liquor company that has a legit chocolate factory in it. And they make brandy. And then they make brandy chocolates. Oh, and they're cherry cordials. Oh, they have real brandy in them, and they're so amazingly good.
These are dark chocolate bottles with brandy in the center.
I get them every Christmas, but man, I think if I keep doing this in moderation, and I am watching my weight, like literally I weigh myself first thing every stinking morning, and I definitely pay attention to what I'm eating. Like this is like the cheat day. And even this, most of the cheating I'm doing is on camera. I try to be pretty diligent about what I eat. But it is hard sometimes because, man, food still tastes really good. I'm still a big fan. So,
Joanne, about your accent. After I was in my collision, oh man, 8 places in your leg broken, I can sympathize
Oh
with
my
that
goodness.
completely.
Speaking of which, it's like past the 1-year anniversary of his accident. He got in his accident on February 1st of last year. And he has done so well. And I'm so proud of you for sticking with your physical therapy regimen and getting through that, honey.
Thank you, my treasure.
Yeah. No, you did a beautiful job. Well, let's see. Let's go ahead and talk about Vaughn, because I figure we've hung out for a little while. You've seen me put on flashy stuff. Woo! I'm an iridescent clown now. I figure we can talk about Vaughn, and then we can just chill out and shoot the breeze afterwards.
And then when you're done with that, I'll mix you another one and show them how to do it.
Woo!
This is South Beach Sands.
This is South Beach Sands. Okay, so, I love this cut. This is actually something that we designed in-house completely. What I did was, and I don't know if you heard me tell this story in a previous live stream, I think it was, but what I actually did was I bought a whiteout by Hairdo. And I took it to a friend of mine who is a master cosmetologist who works here at like Athens Tech. And I was like, hey, can you do something with this for me? Can you make it into like a really nice blunt cut, angled bob, give it kind of a swoop bang, make it really sleek. Can you turn that wig into that? And she did it. And then we sent this to the factory and that's what they made. So it's something where I don't know if I've seen another wig on the market that looks exactly like this. And that makes me really excited about it. Because, I mean, after a while, not gonna lie, everything starts to look really similar after a while. And I thought this would be something that's, you know, similar, perhaps, but, you know, not exactly like everything else. So look at the sides. We cut that intentionally so that way because this is a heat-friendly fiber, you'll get minimal friction because of how short this is in the back. And I sort of love that it has almost like this Taylor Swift 1980s kind of look in the front with that blunt cut at the bottom. I'm sort of feeling that. Here's what the coverage looks like, by the way. So here are my sideburns. There you go. So you can see that this is a number 8 on this South Beach Sands because my bio hair is kind of like a 4 with a little bit of white in it.
Dory, are you ordering the Asbach chocolates or the wig?
I highly recommend both.
She just says, OMG, love ordering now. Not sure if that's the wig or the chocolates.
Yeah, no, the wig itself will be available hopefully next week.
Both.
I'm still working on editing images to put them up on the website, but we have taken images outside as well, and I shared one of those on Instagram because I was very excited about how pretty the wig color looked in that lighting. I was like, oh, my heart. It was so good. But yeah, here is South Beach Sands. And I love this color. You know, it's a really nice dark blonde. It's got a little bit of everything in it, but overall the tone is very balanced on purpose. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't too cool, wasn't too warm, no gray or green undertones. It's just really pretty and sandy. I'm gonna swirl now.
Lot of compliments on this one.
Oh, yay! Oh, I'm hitting the backdrop. No! Okay. So, yeah, there you go. And I don't remember the measurements off the top of my head. But we'll put all those on the website when she's available. Nigel helped me measure all these. So.
Hello, Claire. And yes, we're doing pretty well. Thank you.
Hello! All right. So, this is South Beach Sands. I'm going to show you the cap while he breaks out the next color. This one has a cap really similar to Felix.
Please make it in strawberry cupcake. Do you mean chocolate covered strawberry or strawberry shake?
I need to make one called strawberry cupcake now. That sounds good.
Mm.
But here is the front. You can see it's a little contoured. We have felt here on the ear tabs with a little bit of metal. We do have the hook enclosures. Go enclosures. Hook closures. Made it sound like it was a patio or something. Here is the elastic on the side. You can see there's a little bit of netting in here with the open wefts. We do have an extended felt nape. So yeah, and she fits really well on me. I know that the coverage isn't full, but that's because I know that I have an average large head, and if I actually made it to my measurements, it would probably be too big for most people. So I tried to compromise, or stuff, you know, maybe only lands about here on me, but that way the ear tabs don't engulf people with a smaller cranium, you know, because my head is very large. And like the thing is, it's legit like I do have a little bit more of an occipital ridge since I lost weight, but it's still not like that impressive. And part of it, you know, this didn't go down just because I lost weight.
Laura says, thank you so much for creating beautiful, affordable wigs for us.
You're welcome. Oh, and speaking of which, can I have the next one and I'll just kind of talk while I...
Would you want me to put that one away?
Oh, yes, please.
Give it your...
There you go, honey.
Thank you.
Thank you. So what was the thing? Oh, I've been listening to people's feedback about Bardo, and people love the cut and maybe are not super stoked on the permatease on the top. So I am talking right now to the factory to see if we can make a monofilament version of this. Now, just so you know, this is literally a conversation we just had yesterday. It could take up to 6 months for them to make it, because I don't know if you're aware, but there's like a global lace shortage, and there's also a shortage of labor right now associated with these challenging times. And so because of that, it will draw out the production timeline. I'm open to it, and I'm even open to doing like pre-orders on it if you guys have any interest at all. Like if you bought a Bardo and you loved it, but thought perhaps that the top would be prettier with a little bit of monofilament. I mean, even just a little sliver of monofilament at the parting area. If you think that that would be something that would enhance the style, I will try to find a way to do it where the price won't go up super high, but it will have to be a little more just because this does cost more to make, but I will do my best to keep it very economical. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comments, or just let me know here in the chat.
Serene says, put me down for 3.
Oh, fabulous, fabulous. You know, because I am listening to your feedback, and I also kind of agree. I love Bardo, and I don't mind the permatease, but I know that that's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. So I want to make sure that we do our best to be responsive, so that way you know that we've got your back, so you keep buying stuff from us.
Oh yeah, absolute flood of positive support for that. So yeah, too many to read out, but yes, lots of people are going for that idea.
Fabulous, fabulous. Well, thank you, and you know, just make sure you keep talking to us about what you think about stuff. Just, you know, don't be super mean about it, but you know, but be sure to let us know, because even if in my opinion, if criticism is done with love, then it's a good thing, right? But it has to be like real love, and not like, oh, I'm just saying, you know, I like you while I say really mean things to you. You know, as long as you're trying to be considerate in the process of criticizing me, I'm open to it, because then I know you've got my best interest at heart, and I want to improve. That is a requirement of improvement, I think.
This is the chocolate icing R, by the way.
Yeah.
And as for the colors, Cheryl, we're gonna get to that. Oh yes.
I love this color.
Yep, chocolate icing R.
And I know we have a lot of folks that really love the brunette shades that I've made so far, like this one and the chocolate covered strawberry. So here's the other thing. Tell me what kind of brunette shades you're looking for, because yes, I love dark hair. Nigel, as you are well aware probably, loves the dark hair. Mm-hmm. And he's always getting on me to make more dark colors. So if you guys want some of that stuff, like for the fall, let me know. You know, I've been talking to John. I don't know if John's in here right now, but
I've seen him comment.
Hey, John. So John and I have actually talked, and we're open to doing pre-sales on things to see if, you know, you guys want in on it. You know, we would like to make more things that you would like. So if you like brunette shades like this, let me know in the comments. I'll float some ideas around. I'll keep bringing it up as a conversation topic. And then if, you know, we get enough interest for any of those ideas from other people within our little wig community, and they might be interested in buying them, then we will develop those things. I think that you guys are a wonderful source of ideas. So why not harness that and then just like make cool stuff? I'm getting on so many soapboxes. I apologize. It's just, I'm very passionate about this little project, if you can't tell. Oh man.
Oh, we're getting loads of stuff in here about color suggestions and requests.
Look how short this is, though, in the back. And the thing is, it doesn't look crazy. You know, sometimes with these really heavily angled bobs, this can be a very jarring transition. I think that Marley by Amour is a really good example. To a certain extent, even Mina by John Renaud, they're really extreme compared to something like this. Whereas, I mean, this is a pretty steep angle, but it's meant to be very soft. And the ends have that kind of blunt cut to them.
Oh, you're getting some great ideas in here from just about everyone. You're gonna have to rewatch this with the chat on. Oh man, take some notes. This is good stuff.
Fabulous. Thank you, guys. Can I have the next one? Oh, I love this next color.
I like this one. This is Illuminati R.
All right, so again, when you guys give me ideas, I listen. And sometimes I can't make them happen overnight, and sometimes they're just not a good idea at all. Like, for instance, people kept saying, hey, try unrooted colors on some of these wigs, and I tried to make Bardot in Tahitian Sunset. It did not look good in that color. I might still sell them, maybe on wig closeouts, as like hat wigs and make them super duper cheap, because the bottom looks really cute, but the top was not great, which is why we didn't launch it when the rest of the Bardots launched. And it's because it didn't have a root to it. And I've noticed that the lighter rooted colors were some of the ones where people were having issues. So one bit of, let's say, suggestion that people kept telling me was that they want these light blondes, but they don't want a dark root. The problem is, without that dark root, some of these more basic cap wigs can look really exposed on top. They can look not cute. So the compromise I did was a number 10 root on this, which is kind of like, it's not quite a pure ash brown, but it's definitely a very soft light brown. And it's definitely got slightly ashy undertones to it. It's got a fuzzy in it. There we go. And then the rest of this is like a blend of white and creamy platinum. So really, really, really pretty. I love this color very much.
Diane says you look great in all the wigs.
Thank you. That's so nice. I also want to say, compared to something like Illumina R by Noriko, this is way softer than that. The Illumina R is has a very dark root. It's almost like a black. It's like a number 4 or something like that. It's really, really dark on that color. But on this one, it's a 10. Which I thought was really pretty. It's not too ashy, but it's definitely not too gold. Just super, super pretty up against that ashy platinum color. And it's very cool. This color is very cool. It is not pure white. It's not gray. It's a little bit like the Marshmallow Blonde, you know, by Beltress. It's a little bit like that, but this is actually a little bit cooler than that even.
It does look very Silver Lori, yes.
Yes. Yes, definitely. It is kind of a silver blonde, but it doesn't necessarily look gray. If anything, it looks more like a pure white. Yeah. Oh, I love this color so much. And one thing that you'll notice if you buy this wig in this color is that the hair has kind of a texture to it. It isn't yaki textured, which if you're not aware of what that means, it means it's not afro textured, like relaxed afro hair. No. It's not quite that, because that has like almost like a bumpy pattern, like a wavy little pattern to the way that the hair is laid. This doesn't have that, but it is slightly textured, and you'll feel it when you run your hands through it, and that is to prevent it from getting super shiny. We did that with all of the light colors for this style, just because with this really poker straight hair texture and a synthetic fiber, it would just look super, super shiny, and we wanted to sort of play up the strengths of the heat-friendly fiber, which is a little bit less shiny than the regular synthetic. And we just did everything we could to keep the shine down. So this, I've got tons of lights on me right now. I've got a big ring light and 2 little lights and very minimal shine. So it accomplishes its goal. And man, this Wayne Goss highlighter looks really good right now.
Lots of great support for Illuminati.
Yeah, beautiful color. Just beautiful. What's the next one?
The next one is Nirvana Blonde,
Oh,
I believe. Give me that.
Wait, hold on.
Oh.
Boom. I want to show them the difference. See how this is supposed to look like a 90s high lift grunge blonde. It is intentionally grunge, hence the name. So it's definitely not meant to look soft and pretty. It's meant to look kind of like you should be wearing flannel and listening to like Pearl Jam. I don't know, but you know what I mean? That was the vibe we were going for. We were going for 90s high lift blonde on purpose. And this is definitely a different effect entirely. You can even see that the rooting is much softer. The way that it's laid down is softer. The rooting isn't quite as long. And it fades a little bit more, whereas this is supposed to be jarring on purpose because it's grunge inspired. So yeah, and you can see that this is definitely more gold. Oh, and compare it to my shirt. My shirt's kind of like an ivory color. So you can kind of see the difference there. Whereas this definitely is going to be brighter. So here is the last one I just tried.
That's the Illuminati.
Yeah. Do I have a water?
No, but you can have some of mine.
Ooh, thank you.
Cherry flavored.
Mmm.
I figured that would go well with the chocolate and the coconut.
Oh, I got
mine.
stuff
Cherry
on it.
goes well with just about any booze.
So far I don't have any like pooling, no traveling so far in the eyeshadow, so hooray. And I don't even think I hit it with the setting spray.
No.
No.
Have you mentioned the price on these yet, Heather?
Oh, I believe that these are going to be the 86.21 or whatever. Don't quote me on that, but it's whatever Ambrose is. This is going to be the exact same price as Ambrose and Felix. We're trying to keep them all within that price point, more or less. Now, of course, if we do a monofilament version of Bardot, we're going to have to adjust the price based on however much it costs us to do the monofilament, but stay tuned.
Darlene says, what? Okay, I want 3.
Okay, here we go. There
Wonderful,
we go.
affordable, I need many, says May. Thank you, May.
Yeah, we're trying to, you know, make wigs that are, you know, not cheap looking, but are cheap, you know? Like, I don't think that it's a bad thing, as long as it doesn't look like it was cheap. So even with like a crazy color like this, you can tell we still try to aim for realism with the style. So here's what the side coverage looks like here. And the front. Let me turn around. Notice the lack of shine. Yeah. Ah, it's so cute. I love this style very, very much. And I still love this blonde. Not gonna front. I do kind of, my inner 90s child loves this. Alrighty, what else we got?
Liz says these are exciting. Have you seen that the big guys are doing nothing new?
I've noticed, well, I think part of it's just because, honestly, there are all these hiccups in the manufacturing. There are all these issues because of the way the global supply chain's been interrupted. So I think they're just trying to play it conservative, whereas I'm like, hey, that's cool, because that gives me an opportunity to try something different.
Have you got the tag for this one, my sweet?
It's not in there?
Oh, it's in the wig.
Okay, sorry.
That's all right.
I am so proud of this eyeshadow for not running. Sometimes with liquid eyeshadows, I get a little worried about them, but it is really sticking up there really well.
All
Can
right.
you hand me the next one while you're doing this?
Yes, my sweet. Here we have Polar Ice R.
Oh yeah! I love this color. I know that there are other wigs out there that have very similar coloration. Whatever. I still really like the color. I'm gonna still make it because I like it. Doop doop doop. And it looks really cool on this wig. It looks so cool on this wig. Perhaps I would not wear this particular eyeshadow shade with this wig. I mean, maybe this one out here on the edge, but very, very cute.
Kelly says, I just washed my huge collection of all these new Heather wigs, and they all wash so beautifully. Perfect.
Thank you. Oh, and I'm also developing in small batches, non-heat friendly wigs. Some of my patrons on Patreon have already seen some of the stuff we've been working on. So there's some incentive to sign up for Patreon because I told them that kind of stuff. And I'm working on some doppelganger colors for some of these. And by the way, the non-heat friendly wigs will be slightly more expensive just because they're a little bit more deluxe. They're going to be very similar to things that you could get from like open cap wigs that you could probably get from like Tonya Beverly, John Renault, Paula Young, you name it. I'm making sure that there's a lot of felt in the front and the back and the sides so it stays in place well. Sizing will be very similar to this. And yeah, they're gonna be pretty deluxe open cap wigs. And we're just gonna keep chugging along little by little, making cooler stuff as we go along.
Serene says, reminds me of a bomb pop, but without the cherry bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I love those things.
No shade here. Who doesn't love a bomb pop? To be honest, Serene, I've never had one.
They're so good. The white part in the middle is lemon. And then the bottom part, I think, is blue raspberry. And then the top is cherry. So it's patriotic fruit salad lollipop deliciousness.
Christine says, any plans for anything short and wavy? Well, we can't give away too much.
Yes.
But yes.
Yes, we've got a lot of stuff in development, actually. It's just lack of funding, you know what I mean? So as we sell these, I'm kind of chipping away at making more. And I'm making new prototypes all the time. And I hope that if I keep just sharing that stuff with people, it'll get them excited. And then they'll like want to help us do this more.
I agree. I must try a bomb pop now, but I'm going to wait till summer when it's warm.
They're really, really good, though. I can vouch for bomb pops. They're wonderful. All right, so what's the next one?
I don't know. Give me that one.
Boop, 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 boop.
Moonlit Orchid!
I love this color on this wig. It's so very good. It's very, very, very good on this wig. You know, I know that not everyone wants to wear purple hair, but I love purple. It's my favorite. Plus, I feel like with green eyes, it just sort of makes the green eyes pop. It looks really nice on people with brown eyes. This color on people with brown eyes is just really, really pretty. All the images I've seen like that, I'm like, dang. But yeah, this is the Moonlit Orchid. I'm obsessed.
Yeah, it does look good on that one.
I think you gave me a chair that makes a lot of noise.
You want to swap?
No, okay. No, that's all right. It's just, you could hear the grinding sound and it makes me feel like I weigh like 20,000 pounds as I move this
Cheryl
thing
White
around.
says blue-violet colors, please. Oh, you mean like indigo swirl?
Or do you mean more pastel type things?
Yes.
Yeah, because we have a royal blue plus really, really, really dark purple blend, and that's our indigo swirl. So.
Joanne Henderson, these wigs with the colors remind me of crystals. Each has healing or protective vibration. Joanne, I'm going to recommend Tribal People Try. Because there's a guy on there called Gul Sher Khan from Baluchistan, and he has the most amazing collection of rings. He wears different rings all the time. Each of them has a stone on it, and he talks about the energy and the purpose of each stone.
Yeah, he does.
He has fantastic mustache, and he's always well turned out, always smiling. You can't tell because his mustache is so darn huge, but he's always smiling, always well turned out with these enormous rings with big stones on them. He's an absolute hoot, and the channel is great.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. The only thing I don't like about those Reactistan and Tribal People Try type videos is that I can't just listen to them and work. I mean, I'm constantly plugging away at something, and I can't look up at the screen. That's why I really like podcasts a lot, because I don't have to look up at the screen. And so, you know, I like, when I am watching TV, I tend to watch things that, you know, like Divorce Court, where you could literally tune out for most of the episode, look up and know that it's still a train wreck and you didn't really miss anything.
The name of the guy is Gul Sher Khan, Gulsherkhan, almost like the tiger from the Jungle Book. And he's from Baluchistan, so they always give the name and then where they're from, like Gujarat or Baluchistan, whatever like that. And yeah, his full title is Gulsher Khan Baloch.
All right, I think we're ready for the next color.
Okay, the next color is Peach Bellini R.
On to the next one, on to the next one. Okay.
The back of this wig is perfect, Heather, says Darlene.
Thank you! I'm very stoked about it as well.
When will this be released, Tina?
Hopefully next week.
There you go.
That's one of those things I'm plugging away at while I'm listening to Divorce Court. And Nigel, by the way, digs Divorce Court.
I love Divorce Court. we mentioned this in the last live stream. And I'm not talking to the ladies out there, I'm talking to the husbands out there. And I know some husbands hear this in the background. Husbands who are listening in the background, make your wives watch Divorce Court, because if all you do on the weekend is sit around in your underwear drinking beer and passing gas, you will still look like a shining golden god compared to most of the husbands on Divorce Court.
It's true. Your sheer passion in talking about Divorce Court is delightful.
I sit around in my pajamas, I still look like an amazing dude compared to the guys in Divorce Court.
This is the Peach Bellini. Ah. Peach Bellini. Ah, ah, Bellini. Singing about Bellini.
Well, Darlene, if you're signed up to the newsletter, you'll be notified when this comes up for sale.
Yes. Yes, indeed. But it will be sometime next week. I'm actually working on it now. I have all my images. And we also hope to carry this on the Amazon store. Again, it's just one of those things where we have to chip away at it bit by bit by bit. We don't have really deep pockets, but we are making it work. You know what I mean? And hopefully when you see live streams like this, you can see what we're actually doing with the profits we're getting from the things that we're selling, is that we're making more stuff. So, you know?
Krista Sigler has a great question.
What's that?
Well, John kind of answered it. Said, do you know which colors are going to be the biggest hits of each wig collection, or does the public response surprise you? John says we get surprised every time, sometimes bigger surprises one time than the next.
That is absolutely
yeah.
right. That is absolutely right. Well, because, I mean, I think people are finally getting kind of sick of all of the ash blondes. Ah! Yay! I mean, not that I'm hating on ash blondes. Clearly, I made one, and I just showed it to you a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, nothing wrong with ash blondes per se, but let's get some variation in
That's
there.
absolutely it. Let's, not everybody looks good in ashy colors. Let's make some variety. We have the power. Let's do it.
And for those of you who don't like variety, there's variety. Monty Python gag for all you Monty Python fans.
So yeah, so I love these kinds of colors. I like to try to make accessible pastels, and that's kind of why I'm struggling with the teal. I want to make an accessible teal. I believe that we can do it. I just need to figure out a way how. But I love turning people on to wild colors. But I also like making ones that I think aren't so wild that still make people feel like they're getting a little bit out of their comfort zone. I think the South Beach Sands, our Millionaire Shortbread, which is available on some of these styles. That one, I think, does a really great job of helping people kind of step gently out of their comfort zone. And I love that. I also like being able to provide these at a lower price point so people can experiment with them, experiment with the styling and stuff without having to freak out so much about ruining an investment piece.
Later, Donna. Thanks for dropping by.
Thank you. But yeah, so this is the Peach Bellini R, and you can see Vaughn does have a cap that is very similar to what is on Grayson and Ainsley. So in terms of permatease, let's talk about this for a moment, because I think that this is really good info for anybody who wants to know. The wig we carry that has the most permatease on top is Bardot right now. That's why I was asking earlier if you guys wanted a monofilament version, or at least one that had a little bit of monofilament. I'd probably still try to put a little permatease in there because the volume's part of the style, because ba-ba-boom, But we can compromise, we can play around. But right now, Bardot has the most permatease out of any wig in my store. Probably followed by Felix, because, we want people to be able to get a little bit of volume out of the top of that if they want it. But it's still always going to have kind of like that shape. That's how it's supposed to be. And then we have probably Ainsley, Grayson, and this one, Vaughn. And we have another one called Honor coming out. Those are all in a similar ballpark of permatease, where they're relatively flat on top. There's only a minimal amount of permatease up there to try to help obscure the cap on top. And hopefully this will actually focus. I don't know if it will.
Looks okay so far.
All right, good, good, good. I want people to see the top of this. You know, no shenanigans. So, there you go. But it's very minimal amounts of permatease. You can get a little bit of additional lift out of this, but it's not meant to be a really super duper full wig. And the density, by the way, is definitely lighter than on most fashion wigs. Every single wig we carry is intentionally light on density, with the exception of Ambrose. Ambrose has about 180% hair density. She's quite thick. And that's because we didn't put any permatease on top of her. We didn't want the cap to get exposed. So,
Kathleen says, is the root on peach Bellini the number 8?
huh. I believe that it is. And the best way to demonstrate that is to show it up close in the light. There you go. When it's really close up in the light, you can see that gold. So it's definitely a number 8. It's like a medium, warm, almost like a, it's not quite a chocolate brown because it's not as red as a chocolate brown, but it's definitely a warmish medium brown color.
Is the density less than Ambrose? Asks Eric.
Yes, every single wig we carry, aside from Ambrose, has less hair density than Ambrose. They're all 120. And we want to put that extra 20% on there to account for any shedding. These are machine-made wigs. They might shed a little bit. We want to make sure that we put a little extra hair on that for that reason. But they're all 120, whereas Ambrose is 180. So she's definitely a little bit more dense. Hopefully being that precise is helpful. I don't want to overwhelm you with numbers if that's really tedious to you. But yeah, that's the hair density we ran with for these styles.
Just Wiggin, it says, would making a lace front low permatease wig be more or less expensive than a typical lace front?
Well, it depends on what you mean by a typical lace front. That's really where I would struggle to answer that question, because I buy wigs at all price points and all ends of the market, including Black Beauty Supply wigs. And they're some of my favorite wigs. They just don't have comfortable caps for me, and they've got a little bit too much hair, but the colors and the styles are really awesome sometimes. But I would say if you're talking about typical lace fronts, that's pretty typical to have that soft lace as opposed to the rigid kind we use, and it's very long usually, and it goes all the way past the ear tabs, so that way people can cut and then you kind of meld it into their bio hair on the sides. So.
And I'm holding this up because I know people have been asking about this. I saved the best for last, at least in my opinion. Ravens and Roses.
Yes. Oh, I showed a picture of this outside, and that's what I used for the thumbnail, because people went gaga for this picture. I was in love with it too. I was like, I can't wait to show this. And part of it was because of the lip color. That lip color is Charlotte Tilbury, the Queen. It's so rad. And I wore it because I thought it would look really pretty with this color, and it does. So on our Instagram, you can see that picture, and we'll probably try to post some more. And they'll also be on the listing for this one, because I took pictures of it in outdoor lighting. Give me just a sec. My wig grip is being kind of a punk.
Yeah, a lot of support for Ravens and Roses coming in.
Yeah, this one looks so good. And I knew it would look really great with this dramatic eye makeup too. I'm very happy about this. Okay. See, that wasn't too hard to get on there. It was just my wig grip kept bunching up, and I had to keep trying to smooth it down.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see how blunt that is when I shake from side to side?
Yep, everyone's loving this so far.
Yeah, it's got a very blunt cut to it. It's just rounded a little bit in the styling, so it looks really soft. I just think it's very fresh. It's very fun looking. I think I'll probably just keep this one on for the rest of our live stream.
They're going to keep for the rest of my life. Okay. While we're absorbing that and reveling in your gorgeousness and gorgeosity, I'm going to make you another cocktail here.
Woo!
And I will go through the motions for it.
Should I get out of the way?
No, you don't have to. Just hand me your glass.
Oh!
Okay. Now, some of you have commented on the green drink that I made Heather at the beginning of the thing. This is very simple. This is a variation on a simple mixer I came up with when I was living in England. I called it the starter because a common appetizer in English restaurants is to have melon balls with ginger, like fresh or pickled ginger in it. So we've got Midori honeydew melon liqueur. Glug of that. Midori is like the greenest thing on earth. I tried mixing it with some red stuff to see what happened, and all it did was it went darker green.
It looks really cool. The label looks really cool up against my eyeshadow.
Oh yeah. And
I
then
didn't know I'd be thematic, but cool.
got some more of that Stirrings ginger liqueur that we brought out last time. Now here's the fun thing. My original mixer, it was just Midori and ginger ale. That's all. And it comes out a beautiful golden green color. And it's delicious and refreshing and all get out. But you add some of this, the ginger liqueur, roughly the same amount. We need to get more of this because it is amazing. And then for Heather, because of her delicate stomach, just top it up with some water.
Yeah, I like all of my drinks very, very watered down.
Oh yeah, and I forgot.
Yeah?
Tiny, just for a little oomph, tiny little splash of the Tito's vodka. You know,
For science.
for science. Good.
Yay!
There you go. So
It
you
looks
think of
like Ecto Cooler.
That's another sort of June bug looking color.
That's nice. This is better than a June bug, though. June bugs are too sweet. When I turned 21, my first drink of choice was a June bug because I worked at a TGI Fridays at the time. And I kept seeing these things and I thought those are so rad looking, and I did not actually like it much. I'm not actually that big of a fan of Midori, honestly, but this is quite nice. It's not too overpowering. It's just electric green. That's fun. Yeah, I love this wig. It's really cute. Thank you for all the feedback, everybody. I hope that you like this kind of stuff. You know, if there's something you would like me to consider making again, just let me know. I'm interested in it. Oh, yes. And I also wanted to show off the thing. Okay, so I wanted to say thank you to everybody who has sent us stuff around Christmas time and whatnot. I mentioned Sheila. Serene sent us some lovely stuff. She wrote a book. She's super talented. She sent us copies of her book and stim toys. Oh my God, that's brilliant. That is so thoughtful because, you know, I'm autistic, so I in particular love stim toys because I get stressed out a lot. So I'm always like, nah. Sometimes I actually have to take my wigs off when I'm making serious videos because I stim on my stubble on the top of my head. So having some fidgety toys was really brilliant. So we got that kind of stuff, and you see the little Pusheen up there, that also came from Serene. So we had to make it part of the set. It was just too thematic. Same thing with the thing Sheila got
Thanks
us.
for dropping by, Pamelia.
Thank you for hanging out. And we just this week.
John brought this over. It arrived at the head office this week. And Erin in Hawaii, thank you very much indeed
She sent
for
us
this
cool
amazing
stuff.
crate o stuff.
Yeah, make sure you don't show her address.
No, I ripped off all the address labels.
Oh, that's super smart. But she sent us all this Hawaiian stuff. Oh my gosh. And
Hello, Barbara. She says you're welcome, by the way.
oh, thank you. I was gonna try to wait until today, but I couldn't wait to open these because they look too good.
Oh yeah, I had a couple of those. I shouldn't because I'm slightly allergic to nuts, but I had to.
Oh my gosh, Erin, these are so good. These are freaking amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
bloody fantastic.
And she also got us coffee.
Oh. Let's go
coffee.
through this. We've got these Island Princess Melee Max toffee coated macadamia nuts covered in luscious milk chocolate. Bloody amazing. What else we got here? We got a couple boxes of poppin' cooking Japanese type donuts.
They look so cool. They're so cute. I don't know what this little guy is. Maybe he is a tooth saying, please eat these. So you have to go see my friend the dentist. I don't know. Maybe it's just a happy donut man. But it's cute.
We got these two strawberry things tied together. It says, these are not particularly good, but the packaging is super cute and reminded me of our favorite chocolate-covered strawberry R.
I love the truth in advertising, by the way.
Meiji Apollo.
Yay. Oh, I'm so excited about this coffee. I'm so excited about the coffee.
Oh, these are nifty. Here, show these.
Oh.
These are cute.
What are these things? They're like little seashells.
What else we got? This
That's
coffee.
super fun.
Kona. Oh yeah, definitely gonna try some of that. What else we got?
Oh
here?
man, good thing I'm working out 4 times a week now.
Hawaii candy fortune cookies.
Oh, super fun!
Nice.
Oh yes.
Please try our other great flavors: petite wafer, ginger wafer, coconut wafer, wafer roll, sesame wafer. But sir, it is wafer thin.
Wafer thin.
It is wafer thin. Got some nifty, weird news from around the world sections. We're gonna read those later, that's for sure.
Well,
We've got more of those toffee-colored macadamias.
Yay!
What else we got? Oh yeah, these look good. Hawaiian Host Aloha Max Creamy Milk Chocolate Covered Macadamias.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Again, I'm very happy I'm now working out 4 times a week. Though I know I can't eat my way out of eating too many of these.
Oh, got a second brand of Kona coffee.
Yay!
Oh, filthy words standing.
There you go,
Thank
honey.
you. And what are these? These are Peiko Sweets Milk Soft Candy. Oh, I've seen something similar to this. Yeah, we'll give that a go.
I had to show them the Pusheen too, because this is
Oh, yeah.
adorable! Look at this thing! Meow meow!
And this wrapped thing, we saved this, Aaron. We saved this for this live stream. It says, randomly came across this and instantly thought of you. I have one at my kitchen sink too. Okay, let's have a look. Happy, party, fun, fun, fun. That definitely sounds like something you see in Japan.
Or it's
Happy
part
party,
of that,
fun, fun, fun.
or it's like part of that Rebecca Black song Friday. Party and party and party.
Never mention that song again. Thank you. Ooh, what's this? It's in a tasteful black box.
What is it? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Okay, no, hold on. This is. her hair is the Brillo pad. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. And she looks like she's singing or something. I hope that's what she's doing. But it's the soap opera. She sings opera.
Soap opera. Ah!
That's fun. Oh, that's brilliant.
Terrible pun. We love terrible
Oh
puns.
gosh, that is going on our kitchen sink immediately.
Oh yes, definitely.
So we can't use the Brillo pad because I don't want it to get all gross. That's phenomenal.
We'll keep it and be beautiful and fun and terrible punny. Excellent. Okay. Right, so there's that. Oops.
There's no such thing as a terrible pun. There's just excellent puns and even more excellent puns.
Yes. But anywho, all sorts of good stuff. So, Aaron, that was spectacularly
Thank
kind of
you.
you. Mahalo.
Yes, and same to Sheila and Serene. Thank you
Yes, indeed.
so much
Thank
for
you.
that. And we're very appreciative. You know what? Because this has been some stressful stuff that's been going on over the last, while, let's just say. And it's been a huge pick-me-up, honestly. And I wanted to thank you guys for that. And Nigel and I are both, Nigel's probably slightly more appreciative of the goodies.
I just realized we just did a stealth unboxing video.
We did.
We should get on to that. Those are big things. We should unboxing video next time.
I don't know. I think that was a moment that happened a couple years back. I think
Yeah.
now everybody's like doing political vlogs or something.
Oh no,
I don't know.
Thew's still doing unboxings.
Thew is amazing.
Thew is great.
He's hilarious.
Oh yes.
Super nice guy too.
Mm-hmm.
He does Thew's what is it?
Thew's Awesome Transformer Reviews.
Yeah, the second season trailer, I actually asked his permission if I could duplicate the storyboard for his trailer, and he was super cool about it. He was like, yeah, of course, go ahead. And he told me like exactly what kind of footage and clips he used. He was super sweet about the whole thing. And so my second season, I said series like we were in Britain. My second season trailer was actually modeled after his trailer at the time. So very cool dude.
Oh yes, very, very, very much fond of Thew, especially his horrific puns and portmanteaus.
The portmanteaus make me live. They're so good.
Yes.
Can you remember any of them off the top of your head?
Let's see. There's a particular Transformer that was done in a white repaint that he called an alabaster bastard. Alabastard.
That's excellent.
Stuff like that. Oh, he puts the English language in a tutu and makes it dance for him. He really does.
Somebody asked what wig I had on before Vaughn. The only wig I think I've had on the whole live stream is Vaughn. Literally just Vaughn in different colors. Am I misremembering that?
No, I don't think you had anything.
All right, cool.
It's just, yeah, it's just the Vaughns that are lying around.
Yeah, we just showed all the different colors. And that will probably be launching again, probably next week. I'm doing my best to try to get it together ASAP. And then, of course, for Amazon or international customers, you can buy these from our Amazon store. That will probably be about a month delay because it takes a little while to get Amazon's like product people to recognize the listing and let us turn it on. So there's a little bit of an administrative hiccup that happens literally every time we want to launch a new product. But we're doing the process. It's just a matter of whenever Amazon gets around to saying, yeah, that works, and then we can turn it on.
Wendy, we don't have a list of the colors we showed off today, but they'll all be definitely on the website when it launches.
Correct. And for the Ainsley, the Grayson, and the Vaughn, as well as Honor, which will be the wig that's coming next. Some of you saw the still image Nigel put on Instagram of me in Honor and Unicorn Swirl. It looks amazing in that color. It looks really, 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 really sharp in that color. And so Honor is going to be the one we release after Vaughn. So just so you want to know the order. But we only did these in a very small number of colors because I want to see if people liked it. And if people like them, I will then expand the colors and we will keep making new stuff based on what people are most likely to buy. So yeah. So if you like this and you buy a lot of it, we will make more colors of it and we'll just keep refilling these colors and making new ones. Kind of like what we did with Ambrose, where people really liked Ambrose and every color we came out with, people really liked it. So I just keep making more colors for it because I think people really like it.
Kelly says, love the shirt, Nigel. Last year has felt like the wretched hive of scum and villainy. Yes. We were hoping to go out to get some poke the other day. Speaking of Hawaiian stuff, we went out to get some poke the other day, and there were people in there. There it says, "Wear your masks, or you won't be served." There were people in there without masks. We waited outside. Loads of people went by without masks, so we thought we were wearing masks. No one else was, so we thought, I'm not feeling it, so we just left without having poke that day. And definitely wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Yeah, like I'm not afraid for my own safety necessarily knocking on stuff. But I'm not so worried about my safety. I'm worried if I get it, I give it to him because he's got rheumatoid arthritis, so he's on like a lot of immunosuppressant medications.
Yeah, my immune system is very suppressed by my medications, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't take many risks at all. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is South Beach Sands close to Honey Wheat R by Noriko, says Gina.
No, Honey Wheat R is much darker. This is probably going to be closer to maybe something like Sugar Cane R. I don't know if you could hear that. I said Sugar Cane R, but it's actually a little bit less warm than Sugar Cane R. It's like a little bit more toned down, a little bit less intense, but that's right around the same frequency, you know? But, yeah.
Yeah, Kelly says, and now the UK and South African variants, brilliant people. It doesn't help when people decide, oh, there's going to be a lockdown tomorrow. Let's all go out the night before and super spread.
Oh, yeah. That's not a great idea.
What else was there? Aaron says, I'd send you some poke, but I don't think it'd be very good when it gets there. That's what made me laugh while you were explaining.
Ew.
Are you getting more hollow, blonde, and Ainsley soon? Sweet Georgia lady.
If you like it, then yes. Basically, I wait till about 50% of all the stuff that we have on hand for that given style has sold out, and then we order more. And I try to place a new order every single month. And that has been the plan that John and I have both been running with. John is my business partner, in case you didn't know. He's also hanging out here in the chat. And we already negotiated that we're going to try to make like a purchase a month, a real small one for the non-heat friendly stuff, and a slightly larger purchase for the heat friendly stuff. The non-heat friendly stuff is much more comfortable because we're actually going all out on these open caps to make them probably the most comfortable open cap wigs you will ever buy. They're phenomenally comfortable. But regular Canical synthetic fiber is shiny. It's way shinier than this, which is more akin to like a Futura fiber. And so I want to make sure people are okay with the shiny fiber before I go really aggressive with making those styles. But if people like them, I'll just keep making more. And the Ravens and Roses in the non-heat friendly fiber is a little bit more intense because the non-heat friendly fiber takes to the color a lot more vibrantly. So we've made some really vibrant colors, and my patrons know what I'm talking about. We made one that's like, it's like the cover of Dark Side of the Moon on a wig. It's like really intense. And that is deliberate because I wanted to feel like a really fancy, pretty parakeet.
Shelly says, can you put all your hair behind your shoulders and turn around so we can see how it looks?
His foot was in the way. I was like, you want me to turn around, but you're like right up on me, dude. So you can see that it's definitely graduated. But it's not really going to sit like that most of the time. It's really designed to kind of, like even if you push it back a little bit, to kind of sit in front of the shoulders.
Barbara says, just got my Grayson and it is much more comfortable than my Jackson and looks much more natural on my head. Kudos!
Thank you! That was the goal, because just keeping it real, I love Jackson, but Jackson is so round on top. Some people really like the height, so I will still maintain that if you prefer the height, buy that one instead for sure, because she has more of it. But the other thing about Jackson is she fits really small. So if you have a petite average head, again, go with Jackson instead of my Grayson. But Grayson's for everybody who needs a little bit more room at the perimeter, because I wanted to make sure she was comfortable. And frankly, I love Jackson, but she's not very comfortable on me because I have a big head.
Serene says, is it ponytailable?
Let's see. Let's go low just because it's kind of a, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit, a little short ponytail.
Yeah.
There you go,
let's
Serene.
see. Let's see how loose you can get it before it starts to fall out. Okay, now I can start to feel it, and yeah, you wouldn't want to tie it that low anyway. So yeah, you can definitely do a pony because see, it's not coming out, and I just.
There you go, a little bit.
A little bit. I'm trying to see if it'll shake out, and that's way farther than you would probably tie a ponytail on this thing. But because it's a basic cap wig, I would not necessarily advocate for doing any kind of middle or high pony. Definitely keep it low. She's definitely coming out next week. It's just a matter of when I can get her up on the site. Yeah, you probably couldn't do like elaborate styles with her because she's just not long enough in the back. But yeah, you could definitely do that. Let's see if we can get the sides to go back. How about that? That's a style, right? Maybe pull the swoopy-doo down a little bit. Oh, that's cute.
Mr. Jennifer Aniston with the little wisps coming down.
So yeah. Yeah, you get some styling options. She's long in the front, but not like super long. And definitely short in the back. But we didn't make her too short. We didn't want it to look like a really, really shockingly steep progression. Because again, like Marley from Amore is a little bit too extreme. And I wanted to kind of tone that down a little bit, that sort of effect. So, do we have anything else to chat about?
Darlene says, so does this mean we can't leave a credit card number now?
I wouldn't advise doing it here. Whoa.
Liz says you guys must feel good about these styles selling the way they have.
Oh, it's been wonderful. It's been so encouraging because I love this part of things. Like as you probably know, I'm not super keen on how competitive reviewing name brand products has become. I'm not real stoked on that. And for a while, I sort of fell out of love with what I was doing for a living. So if I seem kind of burnt out in some of my videos, my apologies, really. It's just I felt like it felt like a job. And we'll just leave it at that. And then when I started to get more creative about it, it was like something magic happened. It was like, wow, now this is fun again. Let's do more of this. And then to see that other people were on board with it, it was just the best feeling ever because I was like, yes, justification to do something I really like. Yay.
Right, and Kelly, you asked for a relisting of the colors. Here we go. We've got ravens and roses on Heather's head. We've got peach Bellini, Illuminati. Oh, you want them? Okay.
Okay.
Moonlit Orchid, Polar Ice,
And these do not come in fancy packaging.
Nirvana Blonde,
Though we do sell wig boxes, and the wig boxes are amazing.
Chocolate Icing R, and South Beach Sands.
Boom.
There you go.
Fabulous. And we're coming out with some new colors for some existing styles. Like one of them's called Magenta Melt.
Oh, yeah,
coming out,
Magenta Melt. That
it's
looks
coming out on
spectacular.
Ambrose. It looks amazing. And I have a color that I know that a lot of people are going to go completely bonkers over. And it's called Holographic Blonde R. What I did was, I was noticing on Pinterest all of these holographic wig colors. And I was like, wouldn't it be really cute if we took something that was kind of like, I don't know, like Butterbeer Blonde from Noriko, or like our Harlow Blonde, you know? Took something like that. What I literally did was I took a wig by from us. I took our Harlow Blonde, which is not exactly like Butterbeer Blonde, by the way. It's a little bit more uniform. It doesn't have some of those warmer tones in it. Anyway, I hand painted with a marker kind of a rainbow iridescent holographic shine pattern on it. And I literally did this with Sharpies in my living room. And then I put this in a box and I sent it to the factory and I was like, make this. And they did. And so we have a color that I literally painted with Sharpies in my living room that is meant to approximate that holographic color that you'll see on Pinterest and stuff like that. And it looks really, really cool. So it's on top of our Harlow Blonde. It has the same rooting as the Harlow Blonde. The prismatic effect is going to happen right around here. And we have a black color that looks very much like this. I've been sharing details about this with our Patreon audience, but I'm not going to share that stuff publicly until we get closer to launch, just because I don't want other people who own wig companies to take my color ideas. But the holographic blonde is going to be super cool, and I'm very hopeful that you guys will love it too, because it's just really, it's super rad. I'm very excited about it, and that one's going to come out on Ambrose. I'm also planning to make it on a couple of new styles we're launching, and also some of like the ones that I hope that people will really like. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones off the top of my head. I know we're probably making it in Grayson. I've got one that's coming out that will be a really pretty short wavy bob that's about this long. And that one will be very pretty. And that one will come in this holographic blonde color, and it looks really, really cool in it. But I don't want to talk about it too much more, but I just want to let you know that we're developing stuff like that. It's really, really cool looking, and I hope that you will love it. So anybody saying anything, or? This drink is much stronger than the last one, by the way.
That's because it's bigger than the last one. I only gave you a half glass last time.
I know I'm rambling now. My apologies.
Henrietta says, hello, Heather from Devon, England at 12:30 Sunday
Yes!
morning. We're in Devon, mate. We're B2. Let us know.
I don't know why I feel like I should say who are, but I'm going to say
Proper
it
job,
anyway.
mate. Proper job.
Oh, man.
I just went full on West Country there.
What was the Oasis song that the Wurzels covered?
Oh, Don't Look Back in Anger.
Yeah, we watched.
Near Teignmouth! Teignmouth! Yes, love Teignmouth. We've been down to Teignmouth. We've loved Teignmouth.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love Devon, period.
So you know the little teeny buses roaming around, perfectly named teeny buses. Fantastic. Yes, been to Teignmouth. Got some good seafood down in Teignmouth. Yes, indeedy. Love it.
It's one of those cities, you know, if you grew up thinking, why does English have all these rules that don't make any sense, that they don't even stick to? And they don't really explain it when you're a kid. They're just like, shut up and memorize this. When you go to actual England, all of the cities have names that you will never know how to pronounce until you start talking to the locals. They do not sound anything like they look. I've heard that Wales is worse.
Oh, I mean, Llanfair Pwllgyn Gysgo Geri Siwndwop with Llan Dysilio Go Go Goch.
Say what now?
Llanfair Pwllgyn Gysgo Geri Siwndwop with Llan Dysilio Go Go Goch.
Gesundheit.
I think, if I remember correctly, it's 56 letters long. And opinion is divided. It either means St. Mary's Church of the White Elm near to the rapid whirlpool of Llantysilio of the Red Cave, or it means St. Mary's Church of the White Elm near to the rapid whirlpool of Llantysilio of the Red Island.
That is super impressive.
You should see the train station. The name takes up the whole length of the platform.
That is super impressive. This actually makes me want to learn more about Wales, because that is such a colorful way to name things. You can't just giggle and not say what people are saying.
Have you seen the parish council video, the one with Jackie Weaver? I suspect Nigel would like it. I don't think I have. That doesn't sound familiar. I have many ancestors from Wales, about the 1600s. Oh, that's interesting.
That's so cool.
Nice Welsh, says Serene. Thank you. One tries.
I would still love to go to Wales. I would love to go to Ireland.
Me too.
Yeah, he's actually been there.
I've been to Ireland once, yeah, and I liked it and would love to go back. The breakfasts are delicious, and the soda bread. Oh, the soda bread.
I love how you start talking about your vacation and the food is the first thing that you talk about.
Well, to be fair, Heather, I was over there in late November for the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was freezing and foggy, and we couldn't see very far. But when it wasn't too foggy, it was very nice. It was very nice. We were down in County Limerick and Adair, and it was lovely. But yeah.
We should actually make talking about Doctor Who one of these options, because I know that there are a lot of people who love Doctor Who out there. Did you know that Cliff, the guy who's been helping us back up all of our videos on the main channel,
yeah,
he wants to know so much about your opinion of Doctor Who. I feel like you guys should have a call or something, because he seems super excited to talk to you about Doctor Who. And it is adorable. It's like you guys are already having a conversation about the Doctor through me, through Slack.
Yeah, well, we did. But I mean, the thing was, we have relatively the same opinions on the direction of modern Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's not much to add to it, because I haven't seen most of the really new stuff. I'd left England to come over here and properly legally marry you by the time it was in full swing. So
I so desperately want to love the Jodie Whittaker episodes. I want to love them.
Some of them are so beautifully filmed.
I
filmed.
really want to love them. But the storylines are not the greatest.
No, some of them are a bit cringy.
And she's actually really good.
It
makes me sad because she's not given very good scripts. Maybe I'm being too harsh. I don't know. But I see somebody say that Cheryl says she's so tired of only beachy waves. Agreed. Completely. I mean, I do like the beachy waves. I mean, Bardot's got a little bit of that wavy action going on.
Right.
But, you know, I'm ready for straight styles to make a comeback. I think they're very flattering and they're a little bit easier to wear and maintain. I mean, it depends on the cut, really. Some really long straight wigs can be a complete pain to take care of, but in short styles, they're easy. What are you doing?
I'm looking at this Hanford Parish Council meeting on YouTube.
Oh, and down the rabbit hole he goes.
I want to ask you about a good color wig if you are not grey, well, not white, not dark grey, but sort of soft, pale pearl blonde, which my natural hair seems to be now. And a short style, says Henrietta. Well, Henrietta, if you write into our help desk, I'll type that out for you now.
Yes, but off the top of my head, I can highly recommend the Sunkissed Beige by Gabor. It is luscious. Our Harlow Blonde is really nice, but the rooting might be a little extreme. If you want an unrooted version, again, the Sunlit Beige is a really good, solid way to go. Or Sunkissed Beige, rather. I'm trying to think of another. I mean, the Marshmallow Blonde from Beltress is also very good, and it's unrooted. The Coconut Silver Blonde is, I believe, the same color, I want to say, except it's rooted. But it is cooler, right? So if you don't want that, like, let's say you don't want that slight silver tinge, you want it to be more like a creamy beigey blonde, then the Sunkissed Beige is probably going to be your best bet. It's a really, really, really solid color. Our Harlow Blonde is very similar, but the rooting is a 14 on our Harlow Blonde. So it is a little bit warmer and it is darker than the rest of the color.
Mm. Oh, speaking of living in Teignmouth, did you ever know, what was his surname? Bugger. I've forgotten the guy's name. My dad's old friend from school, Clive, big fella, used to work for the newspaper. Oh cripes, can't remember his name now. Never mind, my apologies. My brain has gone into complete meltdown.
That's all right. I'm having kind of an attention span lapse moment where I want to pick a different wig.
Well, yeah, well, there's that, and I just had a flashback of when we drove through Teignmouth to go off to Dawlish Warren and see the Black Swans.
Oh! I love Dawlish. That place
pretty.
is so pretty.
We went up Elephant Rock, too.
I'm very proud of us for walking up that thing.
Oh, yes, definitely.
I'm very proud of us for walking up that thing, particularly now that I know how screwed up my ankles and knees are. I'm very proud of myself for making myself walk up that thing. We also, by the way, climbed up, what's the name of that rock on Dartmoor?
Haytor.
Haytor. And we didn't go all the way to the top because my knee is really, I didn't really want to go that route, but by the way, this is Evangeline and Raspberry Cocoa Frappe. I believe that we're running a sale on her until midnight tonight, so I figure I might as well put her on. Why not?
Jeremy Brett as Sherlock Holmes, absolutely outstanding stuff. As far as I'm concerned, Jeremy Brett is the definitive Sherlock Holmes. He looks the part, he acts the part, just perfectly done.
You know who I kind of wish would play Doctor Who?
Who's that?
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba. He could do it.
He is awesome, and he's super pretty.
You know who else was suggested that I think would be good? Oh crap! So I've forgotten his name now. He was in Neverwhere. Let's see.
This one you have to play with a little bit. She comes out of the box with like curls that look like really uniform and kind of want to stick together. You just play with her a little bit. She breaks up. She'll always look like she's got a little bit of product in her, though, just because she's a heat-friendly fiber. There we go.
There he is, Patterson Joseph. Patterson Joseph. He was actually in Doctor Who, but he played a victim of the Daleks, but I thought he would have made an excellent Doctor Who from his time as the Marquis de Carabas in Neverwhere.
I'm Mr. Croup. This is my esteemed associate, Mr. Vandermeer. You may have had nightmares about us.
You are talking about some deep, deep geek cuts that I cannot...
I have to get you watching Neverwhere.
I don't understand what you're talking
Neverwhere.
about.
It's fantastic.
So if you guys are like, huh? I'm in the same boat. I'm just like, aw. He's excited about it. That's cool. And to everybody who's into that, awesome, you know?
Serene loves it. Neil Gaiman.
I actually, oh God, I wish I remember the name of his wife. His wife is from, Dresden Dolls. What's her name? Amanda something or other. She's very cool too. And I love the fact that I love their relationship. I love the way they talk about each other. I wish I remembered her name. Aw. But his wife is very cool too. But yeah, this is Evangeline. I love this wig.
Recommend Good Omens if you haven't already. Read it, loved it, watched the TV series. Preferred the book, of course.
Who is the guy that played the good angel guy? Not David Tennant, the other one.
No, I know who you mean. I can't think of his name.
He's a really good character actor. I can't remember his name, but he's very good. David Tennant, of course, is brilliant. And if you've not seen David Tennant's Hamlet with Patrick Stewart as
Michael
the king,
Sheen.
yes, he was really good. And seriously, David Tennant as Hamlet is phenomenal. Amazing. Like, brings life to that play. It is so good. And Patrick Stewart as the king is just really good. And the two of them together is just magnificent. I highly recommend it if you can track down the BBC version of Hamlet with David Tennant. Oh my God, he's so good. And he's using his real accent because the man is Scottish. So it's very, very, very cool.
And someone says, am I familiar with the Welsh town where The Prisoner was filmed? Yeah, I know where some of that was filmed. Yes, I do. It's nifty.
You can tell the curl on this is very big, right? Like, it's not a wave at all. It is, and this is the thing. By the way, I talk a lot to a lot of people in this industry. And, you know, that's not a front. It's for real. I talk a lot to a lot of people in this industry. And some of the nicest people in the universe actually work in this industry. In fact, this last week I had a wonderful conversation with Michelle at Mimo Wig. She is fantastic. Like, for real, she is a magnificent person. So there are some really great people in this industry. And I would say that the people at Henry Margu are really stellar people. Like, I've had wonderful conversations with them. They're just incredibly kind. And, you know, I feel like they don't pick favorites. They're just genuinely awesome, you know? And I also appreciate the fact that they don't sell on some of our bigger competitor sites. And they do that on purpose because they like to keep their business kind of intimate and small. That is definitely in line with me. I love it. And so one of the things that they told me in one of our most recent calls, and I don't think that they would mind me saying this, honestly, is, you know, curly wigs are hard. They're hard because when they ship, they have to be kind of like wiggy looking. Like, you don't want them fluffed up in the box because then they get kind of distorted in storage and then in transit. So they have to be kind of uniform. Like, it's hard to get the genie back in the box, but or back in the bottle, but you can see what I mean. Like, when Evangeline arrives, she comes kind of like that, you know what I mean? And she has to come kind of like this because otherwise the curls will get distorted in the box. Well, a lot of consumers may not know that. And so they often have very, they have wonderful expectations of what the style looks like, and they don't have expectations about how they're going to have to get it there. And part of my job is making sure that they understand that you have to play with it. You have to separate the curl out, you know, and it doesn't take much work, but you have to play with it a little bit to kind of unlock these curly styles. And just know that the tighter the curl, the less freedom you have to play before it turns into a frizz ball. So what I just did only really works with these wavy wigs or wigs that have a really big curl. If they have a really tight curl and you do what I just did, it could end up very frizzy looking. So the tightness of the curl, how many curls there are, all of that matters. And so when you get these really big ones, these big curls, you'll see when they come in the box that they come like that. You know, where it's all like kind of clumped together and you're like, what is this? That doesn't look like, it doesn't look like what Heather was showing me. But it doesn't take much at all to get it out there. You just kind of poke your hand through, wiggle it, just a little bit. And then, boom. Magic. Is anybody saying anything? Because like the things on my phone screen, the comments are going by so quickly I can't see.
Mostly just talking back and forth about how if Henry Margaux is large head friendly and so forth.
I would say that the fit is extremely similar to what you will get with like John Renault, Tony of Beverly, Envy. Envy actually fits a little bit smaller maybe, but I mean the cap is quite comfortable and very similar to most of the brands that we carry. It's not quite as generous as Estetica, right? So it's like down here. Like over here is Estetica, us, Beltress, and slightly below that, you get some of that other stuff.
OMG, Good Omens is so darkly hilarious. Yes.
Well, is there anything else anybody would like to talk about? Or
Let's see. The back is even more unique, and would you consider that stacked?
oh, totally, absolutely, absolutely, I would. Here, let me make sure that's actually covering up that wig grip.
Silver Streak says that color is just beyond luscious.
I'm so happy you like this color, Silver Streak, because I'm obsessed with this color. This is my raspberry cocoa frappe. Any excuse I have to make purple hair, I'm going to try it because I love purple so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
excellent.
All right,
Okay.
well, I think that we're basically out of stuff to talk about. We showed you
Yeah.
hair. We talked about geek stuff. We showed you Ecto Cooler colored drinks. I showed you an eye routine.
Gar?
We've covered so much ground. We showed you gifts that people gave us because they're wonderful and magnificent human beings. And thank you for brightening our day. Thank you for hanging
Yes.
out with us. I hope that you all had a great time. And we hope to do this again next week. So
Yeah, I had a blast. It's great to interact with people and share fun ideas and conversational topics.
yes.
Yeah.
And make sure you stay tuned to the community tab. I'll try to get the poll up a little bit faster. We want to do a thing where we try to have Nigel read some classic fairy tales. We might want to make that a series. We might make that, you know, kind of a thing we do here first in a live stream, so you can give him feedback about how he can tweak it, so that way when we go to make the videos, he can make them how you want them. The goal being, by the way, so that his soothing, delicious voice can say things to you late at night so you can fall asleep softly. You know, because I noticed that I listen to a lot of podcasts when I'm trying to sleep. I love listening to people talk. It helps me relax and fall asleep. And, you know, it might be cool to, like, have him read fairy tales or something like that. Surprising, though, that some of those fairy tales are so
Some of them, yeah.
weird. They're very weird.
Some of them, Heather suggested a few, and I read through, and I thought, oh, this would not fly with today's audiences.
But we'll find some stuff. We'll put those up on the community tab. You can pick the one you want, and that's what he'll run with as the trial next week.
Oh, Brothers Grimm, I bought a book of old Brothers Grimm fairy tales. Oh, yes.
We have a lot of fairy tale books, actually. So we'll just throw some up there. You guys pick the one you want, and that's what we'll run with. So thank you so much for watching, everybody.
Yes, indeed.
Have a